Hi Sagittarius, I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my snapshot report for you for the week of June the 1st. Alright, let's have a look what's going on. Right at the start of the week, we've got a full moon in your sign. So that means the moon's in your sign and right opposite is the sun. So for you, it's very much about relationships. We've also got Mars in that area opposite. This is your solar 7th house, all to do with relationships. It's ruled by Venus, and Mercury, communication planet, still retrograde in that area as well. So now at the end of the week, let's have a look at what's happening so we can have a look at it all as a whole, because we do have Venus at the start of the week in your solar 8th house. This is very good to connecting with people for money, and then at the end of the week it's going to move into your 9th house, so you could be traveling, and you could be traveling with a love mate, or you could meet someone traveling, or you might be just communicating from afar. So if you are, be careful. Mercury is still retrograde, so you want to really think through how you approach someone or a situation. Now, at the start of the week, with the full moon in your sign, if things get a bit rocky or you're not sure how it's going to work out, because last week was quite an unsettled week, lots of confusion, some frustration, some irritability. This week it can start to settle down, but it's like on the weekend it started to come together a bit more for you. At the start of this week we got the full moon. If there was anything that wasn't quite settled from last week, then that can come up again, particularly as Mars opposite can be the trigger. Okay, so you want to deal with that. Don't worry about it too much. It's going to all sort out. By the end of the week, we've got the Venus also in a favorable connection with Saturn in your sign, and this can sort things out and make it more permanent, solid, and set good foundations. Okay, not good good vibrations as well. That's a song which I'm sure some of you will not know because you're not old enough. Anyway, that's, as we know, a woman never speaks of her age. So now let's have a look at what else is going on here. We do have Mars in a favorable connection with Jupiter, and Jupiter being in their solar 9th house. The 9th house is the area in the chart that Sagittarius rules. So anything that happens in the 9th house is really connected to you. And we've got Mars opposite there in relationships. So this is a favorable connection. So it's towards the end of the week. So once again, what happens at the start of the week if you've got some alterations to your plans, or things are still, left over that you didn't quite get to finalize last week, then at the end of the week it can really come through. And Mars is the planet of passion too, and we all like a little bit of passion in our lives, whether it's in our sex life or just in our life. To be passionate about life is something that Sagittarians really needs, and I have a Sag rising, so I know that, and we can be quite impulsive, so you want to be careful with that Mars energy that you're not too impulsive. Think things through. Saturn in your sign and Mercury retrograde helps you pull back a little bit and think things through and not be so impulsive about life, so that's a good thing. All right, so I hope it all turns out wonderfully for you and you're happy with how everything settles by the end of the week. I'm Jennifer Angel. Thanks for watching. See you next week.